Shalom, shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shabbat Shem, Rakakadash, the bonus to the apostles and the elders, the GMS, the rule and teach word in the scriptures and salutations. To Yakim, and put us doing his truth and faith and sincerity. We got another thing going on with the George Floyd protest. And so this is from CNN. This happened about 3 hours ago. And so we understand that the Lord is basically tearing this system apart piece by piece. He's systematically tearing this place apart, and he's using Esau Edom, who has the power to do so, because Esau Edom doesn't have power and righteousness. His power is not in righteousness, it's only to do wicked. And so I'm going to play this, Lord willing, we can, get the audio from it. Okay, this is CBS News. Let's check this out.
Tonight with breaking news, with the nation on edge and in the middle of another night of protests. Tonight, the president says he is calling up, quote, thousands and thousands of heavily armed soldiers in Washington and calling on all of the nation's governors to deploy the National Guard to, quote, dominate the streets. Shortly after telling reporters that, and before Washington's curfew began, police used tear gas and rubber bullets to clear peaceful protesters out of Lafayette Park across from the White House. All this so the president could walk to nearby St. John's Episcopal Church for a photo op. Moments ago, the Episcopal Bishop of Washington called that an outrage, noting that the president didn't even stop to pray. She called it the shredding of our national fabric. The president is vowing to crack down on protests sparked by the death of George Floyd 1 week ago after he was arrested. And tonight, the county medical examiner in Minneapolis is calling his death a homicide, saying Floyd's heart stopped while being kneeled on by police. But Floyd's family says a private autopsy found he was killed by asphyxiation. And as we come on the air, protesters calling for justice for Floyd are already out in force nationwide, including thousands marching through the streets of Chicago. 23 states have already called up the National Guard, and more than 40 cities, including New York, Washington, and Los Angeles, are now under curfews. Well, there's a lot to report about tonight, and our team of correspondents is standing by. CBS's Chris Van Cleve is going to lead us off tonight from here in Washington. Chris?
Nora, we've had some tense moments this evening, but we've been watching the D.C. police as they have been taking demonstrators into custody. We are 2.5 hours into the curfew here in D.C. It's quieted down noticeably. Now, we've had 2 days of peaceful protests followed by 2 nights of violent unrest. You're going to see a lot of police officers out in the streets of D.C. tonight. The goal is to keep things peaceful. Police flashbangs and tear gas hurled at protesters near the White House signaled the start of a curfew here.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
In Chicago, hundreds marched shouting, "Hands up, don't shoot." And in Minneapolis, heartbreak as the family of George Floyd visited the spot where he died while in police custody for the first time. His brother Terrence calling for an end to violence.
What are you doing?
Okay, this is 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 16, and it reads, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings." And is that not what we're seeing? We're seeing the people, the protesters, not regarding the laws, not regarding the police, not regarding the mayor's affiliates, the governors. Okay, they're not hearkening and listening to them because they're fed up with the injustice of America. So reading this again, "For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power." So with that being said, the Lord is putting it on the spirit of Jake, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to riot. Predominantly the 2/3 are rioting out there in the streets. And because the Lord is basically fed up and done with this. Okay, He's done with seeing our people grow through what we're going through, being that we are the chosen vessel of the Lord, being that we are the beloved of Yahweh Yahweh Shah. And so, knowing this and understanding this, the Lord is causing an uproar of the people. Okay? And the ones that are be mainly affected are be our people, your Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that are in America and scattered across the world. The love of the Most High will be restored upon the children of Israel. And the Most High is angry with the wicked every day. So let's go into that. Okay. Let's go to Psalms. Chapter 7, verse 10, and it reads, Salakia. This is Psalms chapter 7, verse 11. Yahweh judged the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. If he turn not, he will whet his sword. He hath bent his bow and made it ready. And so Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai, is basically making sure that these riots take place, making sure that there's an escalation in tensions, not only here in America, but across the world. Because Yahweh is ready to judge this place. He's going to send Yahweh Shai, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, back to subdue this kingdom and everything in it. Starting with Amalek, okay, the house of Esau, which are the so-called Caucasians. He's going to make sure that no more wickedness is perpetrated on the planet. And he's going to give the inheritance to his people, which is Israel. and the heathen as well. And so this is what the Lord wants. This is his will, and his will must be done. Okay, so this is after Yahweh Shai comes back. We're going to Isaiah chapter 51. It's 3. For the Lord shall comfort Zion. Zion means monument. All right. The monument of who? The monument of what? The monument of Israel. All right. Our place as rulers. Okay. And judges. For the Lord shall comfort Zion. He will comfort all her waste places. So everywhere that we were scattered, we're going to be brought back to the land of Israel, which shall be renewed and shall be void of the rulership of the heathen. And he will make her wilderness like Eden. And so the Lord is going to restore the land of Israel. The Lord is going to restore the people of Israel. All right. So, and he will make her wilderness like Eden, and her desert like the garden of the Lord. Joy and gladness shall be found therein, thanksgiving and the voice of melody. And so the Lord is going to restore everything that was taken away, because it was taken away from the Lord through the heathen. And we will be back in our rightful stead, okay, as as it should be. So I'm not gonna, let this be too long. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, giving our praises to Yahweh Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem Rakar Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS, the rule and teach word in the scriptures. And for my fellow brethren out there that are putting their lives on the line for this truth, okay, for Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Shalom.